Oh, delicious.
Kray.
Yeah.
It's a crate.
Yeah, it does have a more of a squiddy kind of taste to it, though. So you know, whatever.
Okay. Crate. Okay, we'll call it
Okay.
eel squid. A squid eel. Squid eel. There we go.
Okay, you have made. Okay, there's still no water.
Oh, by the way, also before everyone completely eats it, I will quickly, draw a sketch of it on one of my pieces of parchment.
Okay.
I am writing the monster manual for this world.
They actually are their weaponsmiths actually reckon if they can cure its hide, they can actually probably turn it into a rough leather scale armor as well. So
What, just one
they're
suit?
they're gonna turn its skin into armor plates.
How many suits will we get out of it?
Freaking huge!
Alright, it's huge. So you cut it down by 2 sizes. So huge, large. From large down to medium. Basically, they can pull enough useful pieces to actually fully equip one man in full into the full scale suit. Which is really wasteful.
Mm.
You know that? I know they always say cut it down by 2 sizes, but
I would say they should only cut it down to 1 unless they crit it or something.
yeah, I'm gonna say that they can manufacture enough suits.
They'll use the bone as well, I'm
for
guessing.
2 medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since they have the time to actually do it right, I would also add, so...
Yeah,
Unlike players
that you-
trying to roll this thing.
Yeah, and that and the fact that you didn't actually really do that much damage to it.
Yeah,
No, the
we
raptor
did some damage
did
and then kinda held
lenderize it a
back.
bit.
You know, you nibble it around the edges. You may have nicked a couple of scales. There's an arrow sticking out from somewhere.
Do I get my arrow back?
And the answer to that is even. No, it broke.
So, now that we have I have drawn a sketch of the squid eel.
I have finished drawing a sketch of Freaky McFish.
And I'll take off some bits like the bone, the blood, any of the little internal organs people aren't using to eat and to study.
Mm-hmm.
Craft alchemy check! Do I do it now for everything, or do I have to list every single separate thing?
Do we... Actually, I have a very good question. Do we have a giant pair of pliers?
Why?
I want one of its teeth for a new arrow, bitch.
You can salvage. You can have its teeth extracted. However, they will count as bone arrowheads, which do less damage.
It owes me
To
an
be honest,
arrow.
considering the setting, might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can recover. Give me a second. You can recover enough teeth for 16 arrows.
Sweetness.
Jesus.
Although you'll have to actually craft the arrows themselves. Those will just be the component parts.
Yeah, I got 16 teeth now.
Oh, by the
I
way,
gotta make
McKellen, we
myself
found
a
a ruined
necklace.
tower.
We found a rock and a fish.
We found a apparently human-shaped tower, and we found freaky fish.
By the way, when they did drag it back to camp, I was standing on top of it triumphant.
You do know I don't think you could sneak it in. You know?
No, I was standing on top of it like, oh yeah.
Okay, so you now smell like fish.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to do anything overnight
Yes.
as they
Yes,
basically
yes.
cut up fish?
I'm doing the alchemy on the bones, the organs, and the skin. Scales.
Okay. Well, you've got time overnight because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're all just going to be resting. So, can you do a test? Do an alchemy test on the scales.
Okay, hang on. So it's the alchemy. I do have an alchemy kit though.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't set up the lab obviously. So it's 5.
Oh, don't worry. It's I'm
seven,
assuming
8.
that you've got all the parts. So.
Yeah. 8. Okay,
You've
so
got
it's
the
just
kit.
1d20 plus 8.
Mm-hmm.
This is for the scales. 1d20 plus 8. 20.
Okay. You do some tests on the scales. and find that, well, they seem to be fairly acid resistant.
Yeah.
In fact, they are incredibly acid resistant for a natural substance.
Yeah. Ooh.
Apart from that, they seem to be relatively inert.
Okay.
They are fairly hard, though.
Mm-hmm.
You'd rate them at probably... They're more flexible, but probably roughly as hard as wood.
Okay. Hang on, and flexible. The next is the bones. Yeah,
Why not?
that's a 14.
Okay, they are kind of bony and white and kind of flexible.
Flexible. Oh. Are they like hollow or?
Not really. They have lots of like honey bone structure to them. But
Honeycomb,
that's
yeah.
probably that's for strength and lightness.
Okay. And organs. Like, I want to see if I can't find whatever was also causing the sonic pulse.
Okay.
Is that healed, nature, or alchemy?
That would be, let's see, that would be a heal check.
Can I use my healer's kit to butcher it better?
Yeah.
5.
Basically, the healer's kit just refers to the fact that you
Wisdom.
have all the tools for the job.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a 10. Tell me all your secrets, little fishy.
Okay.
But wide.
You don't really find much surprising in the inside.
Yeah.
Although you do find you do find a sort of spongy-like substance just underneath its jaw, with a whole bunch of different vibrating plates. So you found the organ which made the sound pulse.
Okay.
Theory is it'd work a lot better underwater though than in air.
Oh yeah, I would almost assume underwater they can almost use it as a freaking pressure weapon against us.
But at least we're starting to expand our knowledge of this world.
Right. So you wanted to explore the islands next, right?
No, we're going back to the tower next. with a full military, with a more military people who can be sent in to check for traps.
So yes, next day.
Okay.
I eat my fish ration, so I don't have to eat the actual trail ration.
Yep.
Okay, you'll need to mark off more water though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, I also the canvas from my card.
Mm-hmm.
I set it up to I leave out the iron pot I have to collect any rainwater.
You haven't seen a cloud yet in 2 days.
Still waiting.
Knowledge geography.
Actually, I was actually contemplating that. Do I have anything like that? I forget now.
Does it actually?
Survival can be used for weather prediction.
Ah. So yeah,
Okay,
I got
so
+7 for survival there.
I'm guessing I can synergize the two of them.
Give me a sec. You lot should have your own blooming player's handbook.
14.
Well, I use knowledge geography 5 plus intelligence. So that'd be my 8 plus my survival synergy will be +2, so that'll be a +10. I think is fair.
Okay, give me a second. Your geography. Oh, if it's what was it about? Trying to work out what the weather's doing.
Yeah.
I would do it as a survival with a +2 for your geography.
Okay, so that's -2 because my wisdom's +1, not +3. Okay.
Okay. Right, here we are.
There we go.
Predict the weather up to 24 hours in advance.
14 and 18 for that.
Right, what did you get?
18.
Okay, it's bright and sunny today, and it's probably going to be bright and sunny tomorrow.
Oh,
and,
shit.
Elf? What did you get? What did you get?
I got 14.
Okay, so you can kind of work out that it might just possibly be the same.
Can I use my alchemist lab to boil the seawater and then collect the water whilst the salt's left behind?
You can do that in order to extract the salt, but you don't quite have the full kit enough to actually extract a decent supply of drinking water.
Okay. Oh well, I'll just use my barrel.
Okay, right. So, right, the next day, the two of you are going to go off.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is to go to McKellen and hear what the current report is on the situation.
Okay,
Actually, that's
he
true.
has...
Do the other people have any luck?
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Okay.
there's like 8,000 people here at least.
Yeah, he sent a whole bunch of different teams out.
Yeah, and what's the current?
He sent the ones that went up further along the beach. They traveled for 8 hours before turning back. They report that the beach continues around further and keeps going up the coast.
Okay.
Again, they didn't spot any kind of water. Was there any river sources or anything? Some of the Dark Elf patrols have gone deeper into the forests, but they are making slow progress because the woods are thick, and they start to become pretty. They begin to degenerate from flat land into kind of boggy, almost a boggy marsh, about 2 or 3 miles from the marsh, into kind of like a, what do they call them, a Malibu?
Bayou.
Bayou.
Yeah, basically where it's just
Louisiana.
like a half-sunken, saltish water lake filled with trees and mud and slime and things.
And scum.
Wonderful. Which is probably where the nasty fish people are coming from, too.
I hope they don't think we killed one of their gods. Or pets.
Okay,
If they do, we're throwing
you
to them.
have...
By the way, I'm taking the skull of the squid eel and mounting it on my cart.
Fighting teeth.
Okay, okay. The skull of the fish eely thing, even with its brain extracted, weighs approximately 80 pounds.
Wow.
Well, you're not pulling the card anytime soon.
Okay,
I just, we set it like as on a totem pole and have it in the middle of the encampment.
the Dark Elves are basically, they've insisted that they are going to continue exploring deeper, but they wanted to actually stop and prepare. A couple of the humans are actually constructing boats in order to sail out to the smaller islands to see if
Good
there's
luck
any
with that.
value there. Another set of humans are actually cutting down trees from the edge of the jungle, forming into a ring encampment around the camp,
Like
with
a
a line
palisade.
of palisade with a line of stakes pointing towards the ocean and towards the forest. The other group that went your way, they went actually through the jungle version rather than down by the beach.
Okay.
And they kind of didn't come back.
Joy.
Well, did we report the giant bee thing?
Yeah, you
we
did
did.
report the giant
Yep.
wasp. The Dark Elves have actually reported sightings of them. They seem to be more common, more your way, but obviously more towards the tower direction. But they're still
Towards
pretty
the west.
spread out and sparse.
Any sightings of the mantis?
There have been no additional sightings of more mantis.
Crabs?
None beyond the standard size.
Any of our normal hunters or fishermen find anything?
They found fish.
How come when
Smaller
they
than
go
the one we
fishing?
pulled
How
in.
come when they go fishing they find like sea bass? When I go fishing, I find fucking Cthulhu.
A fucking Cthulhu shark.
Yeah.
No, there is hunting. The game tends to be more on the insectal side rather than mammalian.
I groan. It's like, have we gone back in time?
He doubts it.
Okay, that's a good. Just for future's sake, reference. You know. You know, big insects, no actual mammals, strange sea creatures, reptilians, primitive life forms.
Seems to be a relatively unpleasant place all around anyway.
But
You're
it's
just
called-
sad because you can't dig underground.
Dude, it's a lovely place. It's got sun, it's
Your
got
eyes.
sand, it's got beach,
It's got a mosquito which will suck
wonderful
you dry.
wildlife. You know.
Okay, can we have a please small can we have like 1 or 2 military folks to accompany us to the tower just in case there's traps or anything?
Let's see. I'm going to ask you to do a diplomacy because you're going to try and have to convince him of this because, well, man's power is scarce and he's trying to prepare a camp in case something comes.
And yet
And-
we have a Cthulhu shark, and he's not convinced that there's something nasty over that direction.
Oh no, he is convinced there's something nasty in that direction, which is why he's sent more men to get more sharp sticks.
Diplomacy up.
It's charisma.
Oh god.
Yeah, but don't forget he's only a sergeant, so he passes it up the chain. He's
got
willing
this
to
one.
send. If you know, go on. Do your diplomacy.
1d20 plus 1. Ugh.
Okay, you are unable to convince him that the danger in an abandoned tower is sufficient to warrant more manpower than a small inspection team.
We at least want one person who can at least, is trained in looking for traps or things we might miss.
That
Since if it goes worse, at least it's a structure. You can at least sort of fortify that.
the worry
Or have
for
an outpost
traps.
there.
The worry for traps actually is understandable. He's going to. Yeah, he agrees. If he doesn't want to put too much effort into it because it's something they can check on later. It's not going anywhere, and it is
Yeah.
a collapsed tower.
Yeah.
But he is willing to send a dwarf with you, just to check to see how the stonework is and if any of it can be salvaged
Of
for
course.
other buildings. Other building projects?
Mhm.
Because
I-
at the
like-
worst,
Yeah.
Though he is hopeful for the fact that it is a tower rather than just a rock outcrop.
Mhm.
Does hint that there was a civilization around here, and if there was a civilization around here, then they, unless they were like sea dwelling, then there's a good possibility that there is a water source somewhere.
Like a well inside.
That's also a possibility.
I smile politely. It's like, of course. So where shall we meet this dwarven expert?
Okay, he pulls him off the latrine duty and sends him over immediately.
Okay, is this guy like part of the military, or is he just some sort of tough guy, or what?
It's just a dwarf in leathers carrying a spade and a pickaxe.
Hello there, Master Dwarf, and what is your name?
His name is random NPC number 3.
Andrew, you should be used to this. You know I
Yes, I know, you were being a jerk. Give me a second.
Please tell me
Yeah,
a name
within
random.
our rights
Just go on.
to
Just
demand
go
more
online.
of the GM.
Just go online and find a name randomizer.
Okay, give me a second.
This is going to be interesting. It's like, my name's Arnold Rockefeller.
Why do you do this to me, man?
My friends call me Arnie.
You know,
I make you add more believability to your worlds when everyone has a name.
Yeah, I know. It's just I've had no sleep, so I wasn't prepared for you
Yeah.
to ask a dwarf's name.
Wait until I start speaking to McKellen about his hobbies.
I'll beat you over the head with a rock.
So you were a paladin, yeah?
Okay,
What do you in your spare
His name
time? Capture
is-
battleflies?
his
Yeah.
name is Tackling Ironforge. He is
Tackling
Actually-
Ironforge.
Yep, he's actually from the Druss Keep, where he used to be a smith.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking sweet. His name's Tackling. How
Tackling,
do you spell that? How do you spell that?
Taklinn.
Okay. I spelt it as tackling, like, in rugby.
It's more like Teclin.
Got
Tackling,
it. That takes me for a
tackling.
sniff.
Teclin.
Yeah,
not tackling.
yeah, he
Teclin.
was. Basically, he used to work doing. Yeah, he does explain he used to work up the Druss Fortress. He was primarily a smith, but he used to do some of these stonework for maintenance and repairs.
Yeah.
And when they actually started to doing full repair work, he was drafted there. So he has some military training.
Okay.
So,
Then it's like,
okay.
pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
Right. Let's give me a sec. Right. You head back towards the tower, which is again going to take you a considerable amount of time.
And I'm on my newly geared up replacement Raptor.
Okay, you may. Do you want to do your 48?
I guess.
Random encounters. Uh-oh.
Okay, you make it to the tower without issue.
Phew. Well, that we're aware of.
Okay.
So, Mr. Ironforge, what do you think of this tower?
Looks like it had better days. I can't see any seams. I can't see how it's put together. I'll need to have a closer look at this. The stairwell goes around the side, so I can't see the doorway from here. But if it remains semi-intact, we should be able to climb the inside. But that would be up to you. I would recommend not climbing multiple floors and abandoned and tumbling towers.
Of course.
At least not with a Raptor, so I'm gonna have to leave him perched outside. Raptor's doing guard duty.
Well then, let's try to get in.
So, 2 of your commands are already guard and attack. Though this isn't, to be honest, this is just a standard trained Raptor, so... Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Somebody's got a kitty again.
Mm-hmm.
Ow, 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 ow.
This is pretty much how your interactions with your Raptor go.
Hello, Raptor. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, pretty much.
You sharp kitty. Sharp kitty. Okay, okay, you explore the outside of the tower.
By the way, Miss Elf, what is your name? So we haven't been formally introduced.
Sure
Steve.
enough, human. My name is Namor.
Namor.
Nymor.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you, Namor. I shall call you, please forgive my impertinence, but Namor, right? I'm poor with names. I'm Edwin. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am, and just tip my hat.
Hello.
Edwin, okay.
Hello, kitty.
Captain Bernie Pigs, I think, is a more entertaining name, but okay.
Hello, kitty. Silly kitty. Ouch, ouch. Not a scratch post, kitty.
Climbing up the tower, then.
Yeah, we could conversate slightly as we continue to slowly make our way up the tower stairs.
Okay, okay, from the outside of the tower, you can kind of make out that the tower is... Ouch! Cat, we've had this conversation. Okay, you can make out that the tower itself was round built, and approximately when it was whole, the base of the tower was about 30 feet wide. Going around the outside stairwell, you find the entrance, which is an open doorway leading into a stone floor, with a spiral stairway going up the inside upwards, and another one underneath going into a sub-basement below it.
Okay.
The actual room itself is pretty much nothing but ancient wooden fragments, old cobwebs, and dust.
So no one's touched this in a while. Actually, yeah,
Well, let's look through the room.
That's actually a point. I'm going to have a spot check and see if I see anything that might have been disturbed lately.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give you a +2 bonus for this one.
So that'd be at least a 4.
I'm gonna search.
15.
Okay. You do a quick glance around the floor to see if anything's been disturbed. And while nothing much on the floor has been disturbed for a long while, you do notice that the cobwebbing is fresher than you would expect.
By the way, I'm searching the room.
Ouch, with your stabbiness. Okay, what's the floor?
Yeah, no, I find nothing. I find cobwebs.
And that's probably why they're fresh.
Yeah, they're not as dusty as you would expect. They are actually fairly thick and still actually have their silvery sheen of webbing, which is kind of less than a few weeks old.
So
How
some of the
big?
last few weeks must have been through here because they made them new.
I just sort of like sigh and say, how big are the webs?
Actually, that's a good question too. How big are the webs?
Do you have knowledge nature?
Yes,
Yes.
we both do.
Okay,
Why do we acknowledge nature to see if something's fucking big or small, to be fair?
because you have to judge by what is left behind. And it's a natural creature, so it's knowledge nature.
I get a 21.
Plus.
Again, Dark Elf would get a +2 to this.
Oh, an extra +2, so that'd be a 14.
Yeah, you're good with spiders.
Okay, Lucas, you can estimate that, judging by the size of these webs, what you're looking for, you're looking for a spider roughly the same size as his raptor.
I groan and look up.
Yeah, it's not on the ceiling.
Thank the gods. Okay, Nomura, we're essentially looking for a spider the size of your raptor, which seems to be the average size of any creature we come across in this world.
She also just looks up.
I just look at the dwarf. So, in your professional opinion, Mr. Ironforge, how do we go about this?
Well, I recommend we set fire to the tower and go home.
Would your commanding officers
I am not
enjoy
against that idea. He only wants the stone. Although, when the last time we were here, I did dig at the base of the tower, and it does go underground. Time to start heading down?
I don't have a torch. I'm
Brave
we're
new
big
world.
quick,
I literally
though.
facepalm, I slap myself.
Actually, I don't need
You're
a torch, actually,
an
because
elf
I have dark vision.
Who comes from the Underdark.
I don't have a torch.
Yeah, I was
I
about to
don't
start
need
hitting my
one,
head
but
against
I
the
don't
wall.
have
It's like,
one, just
I don't have a
saying.
torch, I can't see in the dark. It's like the dark elf going, I can't see in the dark. Smack, 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 smack. Fucking idiot.
I don't have a torch because I don't need it.
So,
Keep your
So what-
blinding lights out
Yeah.
my eyes.
I can't see down there. No, just no. I'm like, okay, well, seeing how I don't have a torch, however, Mr. Ironforge and you can probably see down there, so why don't you go run off down there and start exploring, and I'll keep an eye out here.
I looked at
Outside, away
Ironforge.
from any potential
So, do we
spider
drag him
ambush.
in by his toes?
right, so if I heard that right, you and the dwarf are going downstairs?
And as I said, looking to the dwarf, do we drag him in by the toes, looking at the human?
I reckon we roll him down the stairs.
If I can't see in the dark, I fail to see how I could be of use to you in your little adventure right now.
Says the man who actually saved my raptor from possibly dying yesterday.
Says the woman who pulled a freaking 1,000-pound fish from the sea.
I seem to remember as DM, didn't you mention you had a bullseye lantern?
Yes, but that's on the cart.
Okay.
Hooded lantern, not a bullseye.
Oh,
I didn't think I would need one. That's why I didn't bring it with me.
Silly mousy.
Big, giant, dark tower. What do you think?
Partially
Giant, dark
ruined
tower.
with no roof.
Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin. Do I really want to go down there? Heads, we go down. And it landed in my blanket. It flew off somewhere, I didn't see where it went. Luckily I have another penny. Actually, here's something bigger, I got a quarter.
Why didn't you odd even on a random dice?
Heads, we go down. I'm seeing heads. Shit.
Have fun.
Okay.
I die down there, human. I am officially haunting you. And I start down.